When I finally heard her voice, she expressed a lot of distress and fear of being alone. She told me about times where she was denied adequate nutrition and medical attention. She was even threatened with solitary confinement for requesting to be sent to the infirmary. The prison staff forced her to choose between phone calls and recreation time, a cruel decision for any expecting mother. As my daughter's pregnancy progressed, I attend every court hearing, hoping to see her and assure myself of her well being. Every time I saw her in court, she looked so sick, sweating a lot, hunched over. It was heartbreaking to witness her in heavy metal shackles around her belly, ankles, a practice that continued throughout her pregnancy. The darkest moments began in early February of 2018, when for 2 agonizing weeks I received no word from my daughter. The days that followed were chaotic and deeply distressing. The Connecticut Department of Children and Families called me and informed me that she had given birth. DCF asked me to meet at my home to fill out paperwork so that I could go meet my granddaughter. Shortly after filing the papers, I learned that my granddaughter was in the NICU for being born premature and underweight, malnourished. When I went to the hospital, DCF met me there so that I could meet my granddaughter. During the custody process, I learned that my daughter had been medically neglected and that my granddaughter was born in the prison, not in the hospital like I thought. I was confused, I was scared. I knew my daughter was nearby because a nurse told me that she had put a big red bow in my granddaughter's hair. I felt relieved to know that that my daughter saw my granddaughter. But nobody would tell me anything about my daughter or granddaughter. I could not see or talk to my daughter. I later learned that she was shackled to the hospital bed 4 days post delivery, a practice that is not only inhumane but also illegal in the state of Connecticut. In March 2019, I learned for the first time the full extent of how my granddaughter was born when my daughter initiated a lawsuit against the prison. The lawsuit settled a year later, revealed the horrifying truth. My granddaughter was not born in a hospital, as I had believed, but into a prison toilet after my daughter's desperate cries for help went unanswered. On February 9th, my daughter started experiencing labor symptoms, abdominal pain, and discharge. Medical and correctional staff dismissed her pleas, providing only a heating pad and instructing her to lie down for 4 more agonizing days. She told me she felt like a caged animal throughout her pregnancy at York, which pains me into this day. Through the lawsuit, I also learned that on February 13, my daughter began bleeding while using the toilet. She called for help, but nobody responded. Security camera footage shows my daughter placing a t-shirt between her legs, grasping the prison walls for support as she tried to walk to breakfast. When she came back, she sat on the toilet. The t-shirt was completely bloody